Hogwarts Legacy continues to draw criticism for the way it's handling the launch of its game, and this time I think I tend to agree with what people are saying about how the game is setting a dangerous precedent. If you're unaware, I'm going to be breaking down exactly how they're handling the Hogwarts Legacy release date with respect to content, how you get access to all of it. And this is not even about the PlayStation exclusivity. I already sort of took issue with that. I'm not obviously going to draw a line in the sand and boycott the game over exclusivity, but I do think some of what they are doing with the content is worrisome going forward for other games to do this, because we've often seen this before with pre-orders, deluxe editions, and incentives, so it's not abnormal for a company to do this, but the way that Hogwarts Legacy is being handled, I think, is actually new territory. If you like this kind of content, be sure to hit subscribe and the bell button. I will do a longer stream after I'm done giving you all the info right here at the beginning. These are live streams, that's why they're so long, but I don't make you go look for all the info. I put it right here at the beginning. So if you're unaware, there has been some controversy recently surrounding Hogwarts Legacy and its release date. Number one, they had to delay old gen and push it back by about 2 months, and people were pretty irritated by that, especially those who ordered collector's editions and wanted all of that stuff to show up in February just like everybody else, and they also wanted that 72 hours of early access. Now, the Nintendo Switch release date getting pushed all the way to the summer wasn't necessarily a surprise for anybody because, well, they had said they were going to be announcing the Switch release date later, so I think everybody assumed it wasn't going to launch with the rest of the consoles. Beyond that, there was also the PlayStation 5 exclusivity. You get access to the Luck Potion, an extra shop, which is apparently one of the better shops in the game, and an extra quest. And that's a 1-year exclusivity that they get. And by the time that 1-year exclusivity is up, I don't think anybody's really going to care. But this stuff right here is where I want to draw your attention. The Deluxe Edition and all the various things they have put in there. The Hogwarts Legacy Dark Arts is something that was sort of combed over. The trailer that I'm periodically looking at here is the Sebastian Sallo's Dark Legacy trailer, where you're going to have the option to learn and use some of the dark arts. But apparently we're going to be able to use even more of the dark arts in something called the Dark Arts Battle Arena. And Game Rant took issue with this, which is sort of what put it on my radar. This glided right underneath my radar. I didn't catch this. I really didn't think about this until I saw this article that argued that this is setting a dangerous precedent. This is what Game Rant had to say. Watchful viewers of the recent gameplay showcase may have heard that some of the things included are limited to the deluxe edition of the game, or can be purchased alongside the standard edition for an extra fee. It is a concerning but not unique tactic. I actually would argue this is a unique tactic. Usually when you're buying a deluxe edition, you are getting a bunch of cosmetics, maybe a mount, maybe something extra. You're not actually getting activities. You're not getting content. Typically when you pay over and above the standard edition, if it's content related, you may be paying for season passes, battle passes, or future DLC, not launch date content. And that's where I think this thing goes awry. The actual Dark Arts Battle Arena is a place where you can practice all of the dark arts. You can even use the Killing Blow, Avada Kedavra, that one. I struggled to say that in my other video. Nailed it this time. They are actually letting you use all those there to sort of practice. Now, I think some of that actually points to potential future content. Why on earth would you be creating animations and spells and power thresholds for things like Avada Kedavra if you're not going to be using it later? It's just, what's the point? Why spend dev time on spells that are going to be contained in this battle arena and go nowhere else? That's a whole nother side story if that actually points to potential future content or not. But taking the Darts Arc Arena on day one and putting it behind the deluxe edition feels like a very bad precedent to set going forward. When you buy a game at launch date for $60 or $70, whatever the price is, I'm okay with the $70 price hike going forward, especially for next-gen games or games that are going to be only on the current-gen consoles. I'm actually okay with that. But going forward, if you're going to be having a launch version of the game with paywalled sections of it at the very beginning, I think that's worthy of somebody saying, hey, that's cut content. Why isn't that in the game? I've always been in favor of companies working on DLC or working on seasons at launch, preparing content for down the road. But I really don't think I like the idea of saying, hey, day one, you can actually buy extra content beyond the launch version of the game, especially when you're tying it to a deluxe edition. Those tend to be cosmetics. I'm okay with the hippogriff mount. I'm okay with the outfits. That doesn't bother me. That's an industry standard at this point. What I don't think is an industry standard is paywalling portions of your game on the release date. There's plenty of controversy surrounding Harry Potter and plenty of gaming news outlets and you know, self-righteous streamers that are telling everybody to boycott the game and not play it. I think all of that is just a virtue grab and an impression farm for sad people that don't have any relevancy. I think this is a bigger issue because this affects the standards in the industry of gaming. To say that we're going to create a product and paywall portions of it on the actual launch date. It's not just a practice arena in my mind. It's sort of the beginning of potential future content. You'll have access to those dark arts. You'll have access to those unforgivable spells to practice with them. And if they show up later, you've already played with them. You've already experienced them. My research seems to indicate that some dark art spells will only be usable in the arena. I believe we will be able to use some of the dark art spells in the actual game, according to this trailer here, where we're going to be going down and learning some of them and then coming back up. And we're going to be, we're going to be given the opportunity to use them at a pretty poignant moment in that mission. To me, I don't think they're building all that dark art stuff just for this sectioned off arena. I think it feels awkward to pay for extra content and activities in a game you haven't even played yet. Typically, you can see cosmetics. You know an outfit looks cool or a mount looks cool. You know what you're paying for. But when you're paying for content in a game you haven't played yet, that feels a little bit backwards. Typically, people look at a game like this and say, hey, if there's extra content, I'll buy it after I've played it. I'll make my decision about Season Pass, Battle Pass, or DLC or expansions once I've experienced the game. They're essentially asking you to pay for content in a game you haven't even touched yet, and that's where I call foul. When you're in a game that you've been playing for a while, I do think it's a little bit different to buy like an annual pass. You know, you're like, hey, I've been playing this game for a while. I'm going to buy an annual pass, and that's going to cover me for the next however many things that get launched. This is not that. This is launch date paywalled activities that you can only get when you buy that deluxe edition. I would love to hear what you think in the comments. Make sure you're here live for live discussion. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to the live audience. Make sure you guys are going through that daily ritual. We've been covering this Hogwarts Legacy game quite a bit, and we weren't really sure what the response to this would be, because I know some people might see Dangerous Precedent, and they might be thinking that I'm going to be talking about other things that we tend to avoid here, the whole boycott the game controversy stuff. We're not going to be doing that here, okay? We're not going to be doing that here. What I want to know is, where do you land on a game doing this at launch date? And do me a favor and smash that like button and get us started there. We had a monster day yesterday with members, so thank you so much for everybody who contributed to that. Merry Frickmas, everyone. Clay Rota Derp with 10 months, and it's a member plus. Thank you. Also, we had a renewal from Game Labs. Thank you, Game Labs, for keeping your membership going. And then Kyle Wilkerson hitting a VIP and hitting the 7th month milestone, and then 7 months from Legend. Thank you so much for doing those member pluses and those member VIPs. I greatly appreciate it. Yeah, you guys like that, Mike. My kiddos, my wife and kiddos got that for me. They're selling all the Christmas stuff super cheap now at Target. And I remember when I saw that, I was like, oh, that'd be so cool for the studio. And they got it for me. You just noticed the shirt. Here, let me turn on the timer so that we periodically switch scenes. There you go. You guys want to see the full thing? There you go. Here you go. So this one actually goes all the way around. The one yesterday didn't. It was just flat red on the back. This one goes all the way around. A Slytherin Christmas sweater. The What was I going to say? There we go. I was like too far over. The Merchoid sent this to me just as a present to be like, hey, Merry Christmas. Here's some Christmas sweaters. You can wear them on the show and tell people about them. We're not currently working with Merchoid, so I've not been paid to wear this or anything. It's not a sponsor. I don't get a kickback if you guys... order over there. I don't have a code or anything. That might change in the future. Who knows? We might end up working with them. We'll see. Dangerous precedent? Yeah, I think it's a dangerous precedent. I do. I think it's a dangerous precedent to say, hey, we've got launch content that you can't get. You gotta pay extra. Have you guys played a game that's done this? That's paywalled content on day one? That's sweet. My youngest would love to have a Gryffindor. Yeah, the shirt command will link to their ugly Christmas sweater collection. If you guys order over there, make sure if there's a place to let them know, say, hey, I bought this because of Reforge Game or whatever. Maybe they'll reach out. I need some help workshopping my argument, says Sinos. I'm trying to construct an argument where this is more transparent. This is a more transparent ask from the publisher rather than constant micros every 3 months. Right. That's why I want to know where people land on this. Like, I don't know if I've ever played a game that was like, hey, day one, the deluxe edition gets access to more game, to more content. Do you know what I'm saying? Yo, it's good feed. The only game I could think of would be maybe Destiny. Like, when they do an expansion, did you get access to more activities if you also bought the season? Do you remember when they were doing that? But that's not the same as the release of a game. That's a game that's kind of proven itself to the consumer. So if you're buying extra or committing, like I remember when they did their annual passes, that just feels different because that's a game that you're already sort of in and you understand and you're sort of committed to. Nobody's even touched this game yet, and you want them to pay for more content. Assassin's Creed, the Game Rant article mentioned Assassin's Creed, but they didn't really spell out exactly what it did. It sounded like they just did the same thing. It was just like, oh, there's all this extra stuff if you buy the enhanced edition or the deluxe edition. It's like the deluxe version is the new normal version, but you can buy a diet version at a discount. It's a way to disguise the price raise. It does kind of feel that way, Zubair. I was interested in this game, but this is kind of turning me off, says Cardoc Ren. I'm confused with Lightfall pricing. It's $100. It doesn't seem to add up to me. Then why not just say we want to charge $80, says Sinos. Barrier says, I don't exactly like this, but I don't think it's doom and gloom. This is just an extra arena that isn't locking you out of any story or combat-related things like spells. Listen, slippery slope's a terrible argument, so I'm not going to make a slippery slope argument. But isn't this kind of how it starts? Oh, it's just an arena. Yeah, it's just this side thing. It's content. They built that arena. Here's my pushback, actually. This is what I want to say, Barrier. If it's just an arena and it's not that big of a deal, why does it need to be behind a paywall? If it's not even significant or substantive content, why wouldn't it just be included in the base game? Do you see what I'm saying? That's almost an argument. That argument cuts both ways in my mind. Lono, are you sure on the gameplay they sounded like the Dark Arts arena was just extra, that you could do the same in the other arenas like I said before? Far as I can tell, Bellex, and this is where it gets confusing and this is where they lack clarity. In my research, Creature was also helping me research this. As far as we can tell, the Dark Arts Battle Arena is the only place you'll be able to do that. The Avada Kedavra, the Unforgivable Curses. There's going to be a bunch of different dark arts that you'll be able to use in that arena, and that's the only place you can do it. I know there are other arenas in the game, but as far as I can understand it, this is the one place with that going on. That is definitely incorrect. I've read numerous articles and breakdowns of this, that's the place where you can do the dark arts. And I've also read that you can't do all of the dark arts in the game, only some. There's some Unforgivable Curses, there's some dark arts you can do, but there's other ones that you cannot. The Unforgivable Curses are available in the base game. I don't think all of them are. He confirmed in the showcase video. Confirmed what exactly, Benjamin? We read multiple articles on this, so if somebody missed it, I will be absolutely shocked. We read numerous articles breaking down the announcement, and it's like, no, this is the only place that you can go and do this. There are other arenas you can practice, but there are not other arenas like the Dark Arts Battle Arena. He confirmed the spells are available to everyone. He confirmed that the Dark Arts spells you can use in the Dark Arts Arena are available everywhere else. I need links in the Discord to where you can use all spells in the base game. Yeah, I can't find that anywhere. We found numerous articles last night. We could not get a general consensus. The problem is everyone is accepting this type of content, gives them leeway to try doing it with more substantive content and keep pushing it until we snap. Even if I'll grant that you have the other curses in the game, even if I grant that, like, oh, you get all of the spells in the other places, it's still an activity. It's still a part of the game that they have paywalled at release date. You can argue about the substance of it all you want. It's more about the principle. I'm not going to sit here and act like this is this massive substantive piece of content, right? I'm not going to argue that. But what I am going to say is this sets a dangerous precedent. You're basically allowing a company, well, we're not allowing them, but the company is saying we're going to paywall activities at launch date. The substance of the content is not up for debate. That's not really important. What's important is they built something, sliced it out, and said, this is deluxe edition only. Isn't it the devs publisher's job to see how much they can charge and get away with? It's not a public utility. Of course, Zubair. Of course. This is what I don't like. Playing the we have no microtransactions card, yet you paywall content. Yeah, that's another thing that I think makes this ring a little bit hollow. They've been very, very firm in saying we don't have microtransactions in our content. We don't have them. Not a single thing. Okay. Well, hang on. Somebody got me a timestamp here. I need to go full screen. Give me 1 second. I got to go into studio mode because I don't want the we need to go like that. There we go. Okay, hang on. So apparently this timestamp confirms the spells aspect, which that's not really up that's not really up for debate, but at the very least we want to be clear. We want to be clear in our coverage. Oh wait, hang on. I have the other video playing. I was like, why am I suddenly hearing people talking? Okay. Here we go.
When you play the Dark Arts Combat Arena, you actually have access to all those things as kind of like a way to test them all. And so it's a chance to kind of like tour and play with the Dark Arts and decide whether or not that is a path that you kind of want to go down.
That's weird that he's saying that because all of the articles we read made it sound like some of these Dark Arts will not be accessible in the main game, like Avada Kedavra. I read at least 2 different places that made it sound like you won't have access to all of the Dark Arts.
But yeah, everyone has the same ability to explore the Dark Arts. This is just kind of like a way of previewing.
So everybody has the ability to preview the Dark Arts, but this is, again, this is an activity. Listen to that again. That sounds like you can do all the Dark Arts in the game. We read multiple articles that didn't say that.
That is a path that you kind of want to go down.
Yeah, he says what?
The Dark Arts, kind of like a way to test them all. And so it's a chance to kind of like tour and play with the Dark Arts and decide whether or not that is a path that you kind of want to go down.
Yeah, he's saying you can test it out to see if that's a path that you want to go down.
But yeah, everyone has the same ability to explore the Dark Arts. This is just kind of like a way of previewing.
It's a way of previewing. Go back further. I need a timestamp. I'm not pecking and hunting through a video. If you've got an exact timestamp, Phantom, I'll go to that timestamp and listen to what he's saying. The way he's describing it is the Dark Arts Arena is a practice area. You can practice with the stuff to see, like, oh, what do I want to go down? Everyone will have ability to use the curses whether you buy this or not. He said this is a way to preview them, not that they would be restricted to the arena. It's hard to understand, though. He's saying, no, that's true. He is saying this is a place to test them, but everybody will have access to them. That's one way of listening to it. The other way of listening to it is it sounds like he's talking about the arena itself. He's saying everybody will have access. Hang on. We got to listen to it again.
And again, a great place for
with certain talents and things like that. When you play the Dark Arts Combat Arena, you actually have access to all those things as kind of like a way to test them all.
All those things, the antecedent to that is all of the spells. So he's talking about all the spells in the game, and then you can come here and test all those things out.
And so it's a chance to kind of like tour and play with the dark arts and decide whether or not that is a path that you kind of want to go down. But yeah, everyone has the same ability to explore the dark arts. This is just kind of like a way of previewing.
Everybody has the ability to explore the dark arts. This is just a way to preview. He's creating a dividing line there. He's creating a dividing line. He's saying everybody has the ability to explore the dark arts, but you can come here and test it out. That's a clear dividing line right there. I think they are in the base game. No. Listen to what he says, Creature. They're in the base game. Listen.
Everyone has the same ability to explore the dark arts. This is just kind of like a way of previewing.
Everybody has the ability to explore the dark arts. This is just a way to preview. He's creating a dividing line there. That would be so weird for them to be like, you can't get the dark arts. Back up. I know he starts out by saying in the dark arts arena. He creates a dividing line right there. He says everyone has the ability to explore. This is just a way to test it out. He's creating a dividing line like, yeah, you can explore the dark arts, you can test it out. He says, but this is a place that you can try it out and see if you like it. He starts, this is not a thesis where he's grammatically tied to that initial statement. The initial statement is, yeah, when you play the Dark Arts Arena, he starts going into the details of how it works. Then he says, everybody has the ability to explore this. This is just the Dark Arts Arena. This is just a place to test it out. That's what he's saying. Everyone has the ability to explore the dark arts. This is just a kind of way to preview. Yeah, in the dark arts arena, but that doesn't mean you can in the full game. He chose his words carefully. Why on earth would you how does the word preview make any sense if it's not in the base game? That sentence is nonsensical if the dark arts are not in the base game. Like, a preview of what? You're only previewing it because it's in the base game. I gave you the clip of the whole intro statement to the arena. All right, hang on a second. We got a clip that's going to be maybe better. Hang on. That sentence makes no sense. What are you previewing if the dark arts are only in the dark arts arena? That's nonsensical. That doesn't make any sense at all. Like, you guys are making something out of something that's not there. I still don't like that the arena itself is paywalled, but we need to have clarity in our coverage. It's crystal freaking clear. Anybody has access. Anybody has access.
In the case of that's no different than the Dark Arts Battle Arena. That's also true, the Combat Arena. But one of the things that we're excited about in the Dark Arts Battle Arena that people can do is you come in preloaded with different abilities. So the unforgivable curses are something that everyone's going to have access to through the base game and going to be able to earn, and they can make choices in order to kind of like add that to their repertoire. And
there you go. The unforgivable curses are available to everybody in the base game.
they can also commit to that down with certain talents and things like that. When you play the Dark Arts Combat Arena, you actually have access to all those things as kind of like a way to test them all.
See right there. See right there, all those things. Like, the antecedent to things is all of the spells. So the whole point is that you can go into the Dark Arts Arena and test all these things out. But they're not going to say, hey, you don't have the Dark Arts Arena, you can't use Dark Arts, okay? So I wanted clarity in our coverage. That doesn't change my position on this. It doesn't. He's either saying there are two classes. people with the arena with preview and people without, or there are two classes, people in the arena with a preview and who. No, you 100% will not have access to the Dark Arts Arena if you don't buy the Deluxe Edition. That is a piece of content that you cannot get into unless you pay extra. The Dark Arts themselves are not restricted to the Deluxe Edition. They're in the base game. The Unforgivable Curses, you're going to have choices. Sebastian Sallow's Dark Legacy questline, you're going to be able to do all those things and make all those decisions. But if you want to go to the Dark Arts Arena and test things out, that's restricted to the Deluxe Edition. He prefaced the Dark Arts Arena as a place to test them to see if you want to go that path in the main game. He said it clear as day. Yeah, anybody who thinks that the Dark Arts are restricted to Deluxe, that is not true. So that's why I wanted to get clarity on this. We looked at multiple articles on this, right? And we could not figure out, are there some Dark Arts that are just not in the game? So can we do Avada Kedavra in the base game? We can kill people? Has that been confirmed? Because they showed that spell in the arena. I forgot to press the lighting button. Hang on. It was going up and down in brightness. That's fair. A lot of us are just saying the Unforgivable Curses are in the game. The articles lied to y'all. No, the articles mention the Unforgivable Curses. They also showed Avada Kedavra in one of the original trailers. Killing is confirmed. Okay. So the articles that were acting like, oh yeah, you won't have access to all the Dark Arts, you only have access to some of them. It might be because initially, whenever this Sebastian Sallow's Dark Legacy, like that Hogwarts Legacy trailer, whenever that came out, a lot of people were like, wait, are we going to be able to become like a bad wizard? Are we going to be able to take like a dark path? And they were like, no. And I think when they pushed back on that, maybe people were confused. And they were like, well, are we going to be able to do all the Dark Arts? And I think a lot of people started speculating that you might not be able to. The point of today was not to... We now have clarity, but the point of today was to not get clarity on how many Dark Art spells we could use. The point of today was Hogwarts Legacy has decided that day one, there is an activity, there is a piece of content that you cannot get into unless you have the Deluxe Edition. Okay? They are paywalling an activity. So, they're not paywalling the Dark Arts, but they're paywalling a testing ground for them. Now, somebody might be like, okay, so that's the equivalent of a shooting range in an FPS. No, kind of, yes. You have a sense of how much of the potential audience for this game is people to play RPGs and how much Potterheads, who are casuals, the Potterheads may not be offended. Well, I mean, I would imagine this, Zubair. I would imagine a large percentage of the Potter nerds, and I love them, I don't say that with disdain, a lot of the Potter nerds, brother, they're buying the biggest package they can buy. They want everything, okay? They're not going to hold back. They're going to buy, the collector's edition sold out super, super fast. The super high percentage of people just bought the highest one. No problem with doing that. As far as people who play RPGs, like gamers, I feel like gamers are going to be drawn to this for a variety of reasons. Number one, it actually looks like it's got a lot of depth. We've looked at a couple of the videos. The Hogwarts Legacy showcase that took us into the room of requirement and the level of customization. It's almost kind of like a sim game where you can customize your own little area and do all these things. Those are the people that are going to be like, now, wait. Like, I buy the base game and I don't get access to everything. I got to buy the Deluxe Edition to get access to everything. It doesn't matter what the substance of the content is. That's not the question. Well, what is it? Well, it's just a practice arena. Well, okay, I don't care about that. I'm not arguing whether or not the content is substantive or whether or not it's going to be disruptive to your experience. I just had my first Reforge Roast Frickmas yesterday. It's so light but so strong. It's some good stuff. We'll definitely buy again. Thank you so much. Guys, if you order any Reforge Roast right now, we will obviously take care of those orders as fast as possible, but you likely will not have a shipment, an actual like shipment notification, probably on Monday. Actually, we would be able to print them all tonight, but we would probably drop them off at the post office on Monday. But if you want to get your Frickmas orders in, do that. We had an amazing day yesterday. We are in the 1800s on the member count. Well, I should probably check that before saying that. We hit 1,800 members. We had so many members yesterday. Guys, if we hit 25 new members on a day, I have to gift 5 members to say thank you and pay it forward. And we had a banger day yesterday. If we hit 2,000 members, we'll do another watch party. We're at 1,817 members. So we're less than 200 members away from that goal of 2,000 members. Yeah, and let's hit 200 likes as well. Welcome on in. We are discussing Hogwarts Legacy. I think they're setting a dangerous precedent by putting content behind a paywall at launch date. Doesn't matter how substantive it is. It doesn't matter how much content it actually is. I do not like the idea of them saying, day one, you got to pay extra if you want access to the whole game. I think the Dark Arts Arena just lets you practice them before you can practice after you unlock in the other arenas. Well, here's the thing, Bellex. Here's the thing. They said you have access to all of them in this arena, and it keeps getting harder and harder. It's like waves. It goes up and up and up. So you're not just testing the spells. You're almost kind of testing the end game as well. You're really diving into the deep end of the pool with this battle arena. Literally cut content sold as day one DLC, says Eugene. This feels like needing to buy a subscription for your car's heated seats. It's just similar to what Ubisoft does. Buy the base game and you miss out on missions. It's a bit scummy, but at least it's just a practice arena. All right, well, it's the first of its kind. You know what I'm saying? Preacher says, on a side note, we will not take orders after the end of the stream today again until Tuesday morning. Guys, if you're trying to order Reforge Roast, get your orders in now. Creature's going to be doing some maintenance over the holidays, so no orders will be accepted after today's streams are over. So, mid-afternoon. And then you'll be able to start ordering again on Tuesday. I don't think this is some sort of precedent. Plenty of games have added content that you don't have access to unless you buy DLC or Deluxe Edition. How is this different? They do that day one, Corey? Yeah, I'll be streaming next week. They do that day one. This isn't DLC. This isn't a DLC that comes out in 3 months. This isn't a season that comes out in 3 or 4 months. This is day one content that you do not get access to without spending extra money. That's not in every game. That's not a precedent in the industry at all. Mounts and cosmetics, sure. That's no different than having a cosmetic store. Like, you boot up the game and it has a cosmetic store. Okay, well, cool. You paid extra money before the game came out to get cosmetics. That's basically the same thing. I got a Frickmas cold brew locked and loaded for Christmas weekend in the fridge right now. Gonna give it a whirl. Nice. 30 says, morning Lono in chat. I just caught up to live. So the way it works is if you buy the access to the Dark Arts Arena, you can use the spells in the arena before you unlock them in the campaign. That's exactly right. You can test them out to see which ones you like, and then as you level, you can decide which Dark Arts that you think are the best and which ones are worth pursuing. Exactly. I don't know if I've ever bought a game that told me, hey, day one, this place over here, this activity, this piece of content over there, you don't get access to it unless you do the Deluxe Edition. I don't think I've ever played a game that's done that. I've played plenty of games that are like, do you want to buy our season pass, our annual pass? Do you want to buy our DLC before it comes out? Well, yeah, sure, but that's content slated for later. The arena's not only locked to the Deluxe Edition, you'll be able to buy it as a pack at release. Exactly. It's not just locked to the Deluxe Edition. You can literally buy it as a pack. Yeah, it's not pay to win. I think Hilly might be being silly. It's not pay to win. You can literally buy it as a pack. The content will last for how long? 1 day? It's not about the substance of the content. Arguing that is superfluous to the principle. The principle is they are giving you paywalled content on day one. I'm looking forward to this game. I'm wearing a Slytherin Christmas sweater, brother. Like, I'm looking forward to this game. I don't think that we should be like, oh, that's fine. We should not be sitting idly by as games do this. We should be saying, no. No, that's not how games should work. What? Why? No. I'm not doing that. I'm not paying extra for that. It's literally cut content resold as DLC on day one. It's indefensible. Here's what kills me about it, right? Here's what kills me about it. Let me take you to the end of the trailer. Let me take you to the end of the Dark Arts trailer. They don't even need to do this. Look, the Dark Arts pack. Thestral mount, Dark Arts cosmetic set, Onyx Hippogriff mount, Dark Arts Garrison hat, 72 hours of early access. I actually think anybody that pre-orders gets the 72 hours. That's not reserved for Deluxe. Now, Diablo is doing that. Diablo is giving you early access if you order the higher versions, and we debated that in a separate stream. So if you take this bullet point out right here, Dark Arts Battle Arena, you're right in line with the industry. That's just a bunch of cosmetics. No big deal. Now, we don't have microtransactions. We're not going to sell cosmetics. Yeah, what the frick is this? So, listen, I'm being a little bit more critical here. And that's probably one of the reasons. They walked out in the public like, yeah, we don't have any microtransactions in our game. Really? It looks like a microtransaction to me. Spending extra money for cosmetics. I mean, you don't have a cosmetic store. Okay, cool. So you can buy this stuff at the beginning. At the very least, I'd give them a pass if that's the only time they're really selling cosmetics and they avoid micros from that point on. But that battle arena, if you remove the battle arena from this list, there's nothing wrong with this. But now you've got content on there. And this, I'm telling you, this slipped right under my radar. I didn't catch this. That's how subtle it was. I literally read an article. I saw this article. It's like, Hogwarts Legacy sets dangerous precedent. I'm like, oh, here we go. Some self-righteous person that needs to make themselves feel better about their life. You're like, don't buy Hogwarts. No, they were like, the way this content's being treated, this is not good. Do you think this is the start like when Bethesda did it with the horse armor? What, I don't... Update me on horse armor. Was that something in, what was that, Elder Scrolls Online? Did they do something there? Problem isn't the devs and the publishers. The problem is the people that buy the deluxe version. No, it's not. No. You cannot blame people for buying deluxe versions and suddenly they come with extra stuff. If every single time a game comes out that you're a really big fan of, you're like, yeah, give me the $80 version. I want all those pretty things. I want the soundtrack, or I want the art book, or whatever the frick. And they decide to throw content in. That's not on the consumer to be like, oh, well, wait, I guess I should boycott the deluxe edition now. Come on. I'd argue this isn't really content. It's not story. It's not pay to win. How is this different than the deluxe edition getting early access? Because early access is getting in early. The guy that comes in 3 days later gets access to the exact same game. You got an early screening of the movie. We both saw the same movie. You know what I'm saying? Yo, what's good, Dan? How are you? Yeah, there are other battle arenas, yes. Is this just a cosmetic for the practice arena? No, it's its own Dark Arts battle arena. It's content. It's content. Zubair's argument is not compelling. Well, if it's not story, it's not pay to win, it's not any different than early access. I feel like that's a false equivalency. Early access and an area of the game that I cannot go if I don't buy the deluxe edition, I don't find those to be equivalent. Doesn't mean it was cut from the game. I don't understand. It's day one content. How is it not cut from the game? Eugene says it's day one content. It was cut from the main game, repackaged as a deluxe bonus or DLC pack for non-deluxe. This area wasn't conceived as a paid area. Yeah, because it's tied to... There's an entire... Okay, so this snapshot is at the end of a trailer for the Sebastian Sallo's Dark Legacy. Okay, you have to understand what they're doing. This is tied This is tied to an actual quest line. Yo, what's good, Big O? Dropping a life. Didn't catch you again today. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, guys. Let's hit 200 likes. Let's get some members going. Let's have a strong Friday leaving into the holiday weekend. Let's get this going. I bet you we could hit 2,000 members today. We don't know for a fact it was cut content, but it sure looks and smells like it's cut content. I can't see the rain, but everybody walking around has a wet umbrella. Right. Sebastian Stallo's Dark Legacy. You're going to go learn these curses, these unforgivable curses. You're going to go and decide whether or not you want to use them and whether or not you want to level them up and check them out. And now they're giving you a practice arena to be like, well, yeah, you can come practice and see which ones you like before pursuing them. Excuse me. Merry Christmas, Fen. Merry Christmas, Julio. I haven't watched many streams lately. I'm assuming you also have a problem with the PS5 exclusive mission. I do. People want to call me a Sony pony. What an intellectual phrase that is. They want to call me a Sony fanboy. I take issue with the exclusivity. I don't like it. I don't think it's strong enough for me to not play the game. I was already planning on buying it and playing it on my PS5 because I wanted my controller to light up, green because I'll be Slytherin, or rumble with the haptic feedback when you're like crafting potions and stuff. But yeah, I took issue with the exclusivity. I don't like when you do that to a game. You have an entire storefront that's better, you have an entire quest, and you have a luck potion, which is right out of one of the books. Like a pretty significant plot element in one of the books, and you can't get access to that off of PlayStation for a year. I don't like that. You're okay with cosmetics for the deluxe edition. What's the distinction? Cosmetics aren't content. Cosmetics are not content. Like, day one, going into a game that has a cosmetic store, those are extra additive things that I can just choose to ignore. It's not an arena, it's not a mission, it's not a quest. I don't need any of that stuff. Yeah, I don't need your black skull mask. That doesn't do anything. Right? It's not gameplay affecting. It is at one level because it changes what your character looks like, and that might be gameplay affecting for you to be like more immersed into the game. But I don't have a problem with cosmetics because they're not gameplay affecting. I don't think they're content. I think it's hard to argue that they're content. I think you probably could try to argue that they're content. I don't think you'd be like being intellectually inconsistent to be like, no, I think cosmetics are content, especially in a game with lots of customization. Gameplay affecting is what I was looking for. Yeah, affecting. Yeah, A. Yeah, you use an A when it's doing it. You use an E when it's a noun. An effect. An effect of this as it is gameplay affecting. Yeah. Yeah, and I think the arena, you could argue it's gameplay affecting, is it not? I can go practice the dark arts there. Are the other arenas the exact same? They just look completely different? Like, can I practice the dark arts in the other arenas? Has that been confirmed? That would be your strongest pushback against my frustration with this. Your strongest pushback would be, if this is true, oh, you can practice the dark arts in the other arenas, so it's not gameplay affecting. I don't know if that's been confirmed. Isn't just a preview? Can't you just get as much practice using the dark arts in the open world? No, because the idea of practicing before Zubair is it lets you know which ones you want to pursue. You get to play with them at like max power. It would be like going into a game. Sometimes they do this, right? They let you play in the game with like a max power character, and then that character dies and you kind of start over with nothing. And now you know, like, oh, that's how strong I can be. This is the ability to go in and be like, okay, what do all these things do? What's this one do? What's that one do? How did this one handle crowd control? How did this one handle DPS? And you can decide which ones you want to pursue in the game. You might find a couple that you think are just absolute trash. You're like, yeah, I didn't like that one. That one felt kind of weak. This arena lets you try out all the dark arts, so presumably you could practice them all there, know which ones you like, save yourself time and frustration of investing in spells you don't like. Exactly, Eugene. That's what I was just driving at. That's gameplay affecting. That's gameplay affecting. And here's the problem. Let me explain to you the problem with saying It's not that big of a deal. It's just a small piece of content. Okay, I grant your point. And I have a question. If it's not that big of a deal and it's just a small piece of content, then why on earth does it need to be put behind a paywall? If the value is that insignificant, why not just put it in the base game? It's the only piece. It's the only piece of the deluxe edition that is content. And if it's that insignificant, why put it behind a paywall? So even if I grant that premise, I don't find it that compelling because you basically just argued that it probably should just be in the base game. You did it inadvertently. You could also do that by watching a YouTube video. I know it's not the same because one person's playing and the other's not. Sure. And you are basing it off of their opinion sometimes too. Like in your own hands, it might feel different. Because like cosmetics, it's a special treat for your more dedicated fans. No, I don't think it's very strong. I don't think it's a strong enough argument. You'd have to uproot, Zubair. You'd have to uproot and dismantle my claim that it is content, it's an activity, and it's gameplay affecting. You have to uproot that. If you don't uproot that, I think my argument holds. I think it's sturdy. Like, oh, it's a special treat for dedicated fans. No, that's not really addressing the fundamental issue here. The fundamental issue is an activity, a piece of content that is gameplay affecting, is paywalled at day one. They didn't do this 3 months later and say, hey, we're pushing out a DLC. Really excited to do this. It's going to be a bunch of Dark Arts missions and quests. There's going to be a Dark Arts battle arena, and it's $15. I wouldn't have a problem with that at all. I'd be like, oh, yeah, that's extra content added on to the end of the game, exploring new areas, getting new missions, new quests, new magic. Day one, though, it's like, wait, what the huh? This is ready to rock and roll day one? Why did you put it behind a paywall? Why isn't it just in the base game? I don't want to sound like entitled Karen Gamer, but this is a precedent that... I'll give you an example of something that I've never agreed with, but this is starting to look like this. Have you ever seen people say, back in the day, this is what it was like to buy a video game, and they have a picture of a cheeseburger with lettuce and tomato and cheese and a bun. And they're like, this is what it's like to buy video games now. And they have the base game as the patty, and the DLC as the bun, and the lettuce as the season pass, and the tomato as a cosmetic, and it's all busted up. Usually I look at that and I think, that's extremely hyperbolic, and it's not really representative of how games launch in this day and age when you really compare the substance and the scope of games in the past that didn't have DLC, seasons passes, or cosmetics. Those base games were insignificant in comparison to even the most moderate base game of today. Like, go play an indie title right now for $20, and it's probably bigger, longer, and more substantive than the average Nintendo game that you're, like, thinking fondly of back in the day that was the complete burger. However, this is starting to look like that. That's starting to look like that. Like, yeah, base game, and then buy this, buy that, buy this, buy that. You're breaking it all apart. Hey, Risick says, I'll start it off. Merry Christmas. This guy's so generous, ordering coffee, gifting members, the man. 10 gifted members to start the day. Spidey, Tony Grasso, Jake, Christopher, JT Phoenix, Hufflepuff Squid. Good to see a Hufflepuff in chat. Johannes, Astrup, Hjorp, Lee Willis, Cyborg Wolf, and Cryptic Viper. You guys are all now members. If you got a gifted member yesterday or today, or you're considering membership, I invite you to celebrate Christmas this evening with me and my wife at 8 p.m. Eastern. Members only. And we will be playing some funny Christmas games we found on Steam. She'll be having eggnog. I'll be having some beer. It'll be hilarious. Trust me. It'll be fun. We have some drinks. We have some laughs on Friday nights. You're also invited into my members-only Discord. You're invited into my members-only Discord. SDO. We have got to get SDO a frickin' membership today, man. Somebody else get this guy a membership. He's here all the time. SDO, did you figure out how to toggle your gifted option off? Back all the way out, go in and turn it back on again? That tire always has a bit of truth to it. Oh, for sure, Wheezy, for sure. It's a really clever way to turn up the temperature a little on the frog. People objecting can be painted as alarmist and paranoid. It's only an arena, bro. Relax. Oh, that's exactly right, Zubair. That's exactly right. Because if you just turned it on, you seriously just now turned it on? Chat, this guy, somebody, come on. He's here all the time. Let's get this guy into some members-only content. Our second stream of today, if you guys are interested, my second stream of today is the best games of 2022. I'm going to give you my top 5, but then I have a bunch of honorable mentions. I might even check out one of those honorable mentions with members when we take our lunch break. So my second stream of today is the best games of 2022. You're not going to want to miss it. Striker1 ordered a bag of Frickmas Blend. Thank you very much. What's the drama with Hogwarts? Well, you see, the author of Harry Potter... I'm just kidding. We don't talk about that here because I don't care. No, they have paywalled content day one. Day one, there is an arena that you don't get access to unless you buy the deluxe edition. Choo Choo Charles better be on that list of best games of 2022. I already disagree with your top 5. Okay. I probably disagree with yours. Nobody's top 5s are going to be identical, I would imagine. What's good, Mo? Oh, absolutely, says Wheezy. This is why I always push back so vehemently against things like this. Also, did you know that boiling frog phrase has been disproven for years? Random? Really? It'll still just jump out of the water if it gets too hot? That type of show was laid to rest right next to Repeat Theater and Split Screen. What type of show? What are you talking about, Fonzo? Were Mother Effers trying to boil frogs? Let's vote with a poll. Hogwarts Legacy should be delivering a full game, in my opinion, says SDO. I could see it impacting the reviews of the game. Imagine Elden Ring, Horizon Forbidden West, God of War, or Starfield did this. Yeah. If the water is too hot, it will die. If the temperature rises, it will jump out. Right. The idea has always been that you can like slowly turn the temperature up and the frog doesn't realize it's being boiled. Hey, Donkey Sausage is going to try to help out my man SDO. That takes us to 20 members. SDO is number 2 in the mix. There it is. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, Donkey Sausage. And a Merry Christmas to SDO. The more often you're here, the more likely you will get a gifted member. Dave Langer, Joza, Breakum, Rihanna Stormcall, Slitherpuff. I like that. No, it's probably Raina Stormcall. Thanks for being here. Anthony Grant, Rob Jensen, Rebus, Jacob, and Chan. If you guys got a gifted member, do me a favor. Make sure you get into our Discord. Plug in with this community. Plug in. We're going to be covering games like Hogwarts and Diablo. We play games together. Our members-only Discord server is there for you. There's a link below in the description. You can use the Discord command, discord.gg/ReforgeTV. Get in there. Let's make it boiling a lobster. Just throw that thing right into the boiling water, hear it scream, and eat it later. Gifting subs, ruining jokes. Oh... every 25, by the way, guys, I have to gift 5, so I pay that forward. Thank you guys so much for getting us that close already to 25. Why lock that up? Money hungry from the get-go. Here's the thing. If I'm honest, I don't think I want to go that far to be like, they're being money hungry. No, I think they did what almost everybody else does. They put together a little package of cool stuff, a mount, an outfit, and they said, hey, let's do a deluxe edition. We know plenty of people are going to want to look like this, okay? And we're not going to sell cosmetics. We're not going to do microtransactions, but we can do this one-time thing at the beginning and get people to, spend a little extra and get a little extra, right? Where's that sweater from? You guys like my Slytherin sweater? It's from Merchoid. The shirt command will take you over there. We are not partnered with them. I'd love to work with them long term. So if you order anything from Merchoid, if there's somewhere you can say, hey, I got this because of Reforge Gaming, do me a favor and do that. They sent these to me as a gift, And the agreement was, yeah, I'll wear them on stream and point people over there, but I don't get a kickback or anything from orders. But they did send these to me just for free, just to be nice, just to say, hey, Merry Christmas. Here's 2 Christmas sweaters. I wore a Boba Fett one yesterday. Yes, the spells will still be attainable. Yeah, we clarified that really early in today's stream because that was one thing I was super curious about. There were a lot of articles that were seemingly confused. People that were like thinking that you wouldn't have access to all of the dark arts spells, unless you paid, basically. Though sometimes I think this kind of stuff, you got to wonder, is this just a slip up? Like, oh yeah, I mean, I guess we don't need the Dark Arts Arena to be behind that paywall. Like, if people raise enough of a stink, they might be like, yeah, we'll just roll that out for everybody. But it's probably too late since people have already paid money. Sorry, chat, I can't be compelled to be upset by this. Every game you buy into your level of interest in the game, you want the base game, buy the base game. If you want all the content, get Deluxe. I'm not trying to compel you to be upset. I'm asking, I guess I would ask you, Corey, why are you okay with this? Like, why are you okay with this? What if... Let's do a what if. I think what ifs are helpful sometimes. What if Horizon Forbidden West or God of War, as somebody said just a little bit ago, did this? Here's base game for $70. You can buy the deluxe edition for $20 more. It's $90. You get all these cool extra cosmetics. Oh, and you get a practice arena. You can test out all the abilities, see if you like them, so you know what skills to invest in ahead of time. Paywalling a functional, game-impacting activity. Would you be okay? You'd be like, that's fine. 5 more gifted members from Donkey Sausage. He's going to take us right to 25. He's doing that so I have to gift members. Next 25, I'll do it again. So if that hits 50, I have to do this again. But thank you. I'm a man of my word. I'll do it. Ruben Perez, Christian Garcia, Contreras, and Adrian Zamet, and Ryan in Dark Magic. You guys all got a gifted member from Donkey Sausage. Get in our members-only Discord, and you are invited to come hang out tonight with my wife and I as we play some funny Christmas games and have some drinks to ring in Christmas Eve. So thank you so much for being here. I feel like they've changed the gifted flow. It's smoother and faster now. It used to take me a lot longer to do this, and that went like super fast. What did Barrier say? Hang on. There goes my 5. What did Barrier say? Reminder, this isn't deluxe edition content. This is DLC on day 1. Yes, Barrier making a very good distinction. You don't even have to buy the deluxe edition to get this. You can just buy it separately. This is DLC on day 1. They're not telling you about DLC day 1 that you can buy in 3 months. It's DLC on day 1. Typical Trill Gaming, Sal Roxas, Chuck Norris, Sevson, and Lynx. You guys all got a gifted membership from me. Every 25 I pay it forward to say thank you. So I'll do it again if we hit 50. Thanks for being here. Smash that like button. There's many, many people here. More gifted members than I ever expect. You guys just keep it going, getting us closer and closer to that 2,000. If you guys are now a member, you can go back and watch our original watch party. It's Star Wars Episode 1, and you can sync up the video with your own when you're watching Star Wars Episode 1. Like, queue up your own version of the movie, and you press play at the time I tell you, and you can watch along with my wife and I bantering about it. It's kind of like Riff Tracks or Mystery Science Theater, if you've ever seen that. So you can't watch the movie with my video, but you can, as a member, you have access to that. We'll do Episode 2 next. We'll do that in January if we hit 2,000 members in December. Day 1 DLC is generally frowned upon. Planned DLC is distasteful in my opinion. Yeah, I don't agree with that. I don't think planned DLC is distasteful, Hilly, because generally speaking, what we understand about development timelines, if you don't do planned DLC, it'll show up too late. Like, oh, we don't want to do planned DLC. That's viewed as distasteful or cut content, so let's not plan any. And then the game is a commercial success. And then, like, at midnight the day releases, they're like, and go, start the DLC. Well, now it's going to come out a year later or more. And by then, the commercial viability of that add-on content has been shot in the foot, and you're wasting the devs' time. And many people would say, why do I have to wait that long? Well, we didn't want to have any planned DLC because that's distasteful. That's bad. Like, I don't agree with that at all. Given the timelines and the workflow, no. Horizon Forbidden West expansion was already being planned before the release of the base game. Yes, and that's why we're going to get it in a reasonable amount of time and not wait like a year and a half for it. And when the base game is as substantive as Horizon Forbidden West, you can't really call foul. Planned DLC is not a problem. That's been a thing for decades. We used to call them expansion packs. Expansion packs were planned back in the day. I mean, I'll give you an example. Borderlands 2 had 4 planned DLCs, and they subcontracted the work out to other development companies so that they could have like a staggered delivery model that was timely. So it wasn't like they were taking away from the main game's development bandwidth to build it all. Hey, they planned it all, scoped it all out, and then they outsourced it, basically. Day 1 DLC doesn't bother me. DLC is DLC. Whether I buy that day 1 or 2 months later, I still have to pay. Right, but it's just a practice arena. Elden Ring DLC is taking a long time. It is. It is. It's a practice arena. Ben says, I'm getting it on PS5 now, but that being locked to one platform is more of a problem than purchasable DLC by everyone. Yeah, but what you're paywalling is silly. It's just a practice arena. Why is it even paywall? It's so obviously cut from the game by the publisher, says Eugene. Like, why even put a price tag on it? That's what's so awkward about this. It's such insignificant content. Just put it in the base game. You know what I'm saying? Just put it in the base game. Like, what? We don't need this kind of chopped up release date thing. You're already doing a year of exclusivity with Sony. You're already doing that. So you're like, oh yeah, this platform, they get more content. Okay. Great. And then I guess we just accept that. Like, oh, it's only a year. Oh, that makes it better. They could do like Elden Ring, where the emotes and everything they gave in the day 1 pre-orders could just be given to players later in the base game. I'd not be surprised by that. That'd be really awkward, Lewis. You want to know why? Because there were going to be people day 1 that pay to get in the Dark Arts Battle Arena that didn't buy the Deluxe Edition. Then you make it free later? I don't know about that. Do you think this is a power play based on the strength of the Harry Potter brand? You're so confident people will buy the game that you can remove value and just charge extra. Oh, yeah, 100%. Yeah, if this was some brand new game, they'd be getting filleted for this. If this was the Wizard Mountain Chronicles, just some brand new game where you can go and study and become a wizard, you know, people would be like, oh, it's obviously pretty inspired by Harry Potter. But it wouldn't be Harry Potter. It would be the Wizard Mountain Chronicles. Okay, cool. If they did this, they'd be getting filleted by the gaming press. They'd be getting filleted by the gaming culture and industry. People would be like, are you kidding me? You have day 1 DLC? You have day 1 content? This isn't Harry Potter? Huh? Maybe the insignificance is why it's part of the Deluxe Edition. It was easier to throw a room together than some other exclusive content. In Harry Potter, he's just a character in a world. You're being in the most ludicrous way, you're being pedantic. You do understand that when we mention Harry Potter, we're talking about the global phenomenon of popularity known as Harry Potter, and that's why Hogwarts Legacy is the most anticipated game next year. I found an article about that. They were basing it off of search terms and the number of search terms, and this is the most searched game, like in the millions of search terms, and the next in line was, I can't remember now. Was it Starfield? Zelda wasn't even at the top. Zelda won most anticipated game at the Game Awards. Mathematically, objectively speaking, no. More people are looking for this dadgum game. It's not just Deluxe, it's a day one DLC pack. Players with the Standard Edition can also purchase the Dark Arts pack separately. How is that not a microtransaction? They got a funny way of being like, yeah, we don't have any microtransactions. Really? What's that? I can buy the Dark Arts pack separately. That feels like a microtransaction to me. That's not an optional edition of the game. It's a DLC. They're classifying it as a DLC. My man Quintar taking us to 30 members. 20 more, and I got to give 5 more. Thank you, Quintar. Ronaldo. Braden's been here talking this morning. Congrats, Braden. Green Lantern. Amanda Goddard's here all the time. MTH, bruh. You guys all got gifted members. I hope I see you in my Discord that's for members only. I hope I see you in members only content. Welcome. If you ever want to pick up the membership yourself, a lot of people got added. If you ever want to pick up the membership yourself, it's $5 a month, and you get into a daily segment where I take a break and have lunch. Sometimes we look at mean comments, trailers, new games. Sometimes I play games. Yesterday, I checked out Vampire Survivors with the members. And then I do those Friday night streams with my wife. So $5 a month gets you into a lot of content. If you ever want to pick up those memberships on your own, you'll make room for people who can't afford a membership when the gifted members go out. Allow me this what if, says Corey. What if this content was made specifically as an add-on to be in the Deluxe Edition bonus or a piece of additional DLC for the game? Okay, so the intentions behind the doors of development doesn't matter to the consumer. It doesn't. Like, imagine you're playing a game and it took a really, really long time for them to patch something, and you're really annoyed because it's game breaking. And the developer comes out and says, hey, we're really sorry. The guy that knew how to fix this, he died. And so it took us way longer to fix it. Okay, in that instance, you might be like, oh man, that sucks. I feel really bad for the company and his family that he died. But until you know that, you're just sort of like, this is annoying. This is game breaking. So if the developer came out and said, oh, we made this specifically for the DLC, we made this specifically as like extra content, I would basically say, why? I wouldn't say, thanks for the explanation. I'd say, why did you do that? You're committed to having no microtransactions, but you have a day one DLC that I can buy? And as far as DLC goes, it's pretty paltry. It's a battle arena. That's a microtransaction. That's not a DLC. What did Wheezy say? It wasn't a bone thrown to Nintendo. It was voted by the people in tune with the Game Awards. Oh, it was voted on. Oh. So yeah, because if you actually research the search popularity of these games, like Hogwarts is absolutely crushing it. It's the most anticipated game next year. More than Starfield, more than Zelda, more than Spider-Man. Well, Spider-Man's not been officially announced for next year, so. Posted an article there with some info on the RE4 remake. They did something similar. I don't know where you posted it. Where did you post it? Wheezy says, the reason why this is worrying to me specifically is this content is so seemingly small and insignificant, but they are choosing to sell it back to us. You think other devs aren't watching this closely? That's exactly right. The world is watching Hogwarts for a variety of reasons, okay? When this game launches, all right, irrelevant content creators with no talent are pretty predictable. They're more predictable than the weather in San Diego, okay? there's going to be plenty of content creators who have no relevancy and no talent, and they're going to try and use this as an opportunity to be self-righteous. It's basically a part of their brand now, stemming from their insecurity and lack of talent. And there are going to be plenty of people when this game launches get super self-righteous about how no one should be supporting Hogwarts Legacy. Which means this game will be in the center crosshairs of focus. Everybody's going to be looking at this game's commercial success. What are the gaming outlets going to do? What are you going to do, gaming outlets? You kowtow to the mob every other week, and you give in to cancel culture and lies and virtue signaling pretty regularly. Ooh, what are you going to do with Hogwarts? That's a little awkward. A lot of ad revenue, a lot of money from those articles about, how good is the game? Where do you find this thing? Where do you find that spell? There's a lot of money to be made there. Be really interesting to see what the gaming press does. So this game is going to have a significant amount of increased attention on it. And there's going to be a significant amount of focus, on this game. And that is something to consider, what Wheezy's saying. Well, that game, they had day one content for sale, like activities. They got away with that. Huh. Oh, we could do that. Maybe we could try it. Start out with a little practice arena. Start out with something small. I know that is sort of a, slippery slope argument. But that would be the worry in the question. Yeah, I've seen that article. I don't care about those people. Why would you click on it? Why would you give them a click, Lewis? Why would you put it in our Discord and give other people an opportunity to click on such a hack, such a rube? Who cares what that person says? Give it 20 years. These people will dig their own grave of irrelevancy because they just chase trends and they just chase the wind. Why only the gaming outlets? Why are people only focused on hitting due to this? Why are those people not also going after Microsoft and Sony to not push it to their platforms? Yeah. I'll tell you why, Red Dragon. Do you want some gaming world social commentary? I'll give you some. Content creators are very quick to attack other content creators. Why? It's a way to get a leg up. They don't have confidence in their own brand, so what they do is they try to attack others to bring them down because they're insecure. They lack talent. They lack relevancy. So they try to grab onto other things. They try to weaponize those things to tear down others. Of course, they're not going to attack Microsoft or Sony, the very platforms that are giving this game its massive potential commercial success. Do you want to know why they'll never attack the actual companies, the actual businesses that are selling this game and making all the revenue? I'll tell you why. Because their virtue wouldn't fit into a thimble. It's not about virtue. It's not about being righteous or good. Because if it was, they'd go after the platforms. Do you want to know why they don't? Because that's a threat to their bottom line. They're going to have a hard time getting early access to those Sony titles and those Microsoft titles if they take a crack at the big daddies. So what do? They go after content creators because they're weak. They're cowards. They don't have any virtue. They're not righteous. They're wind-chasing, trend-chasing, dishonest people for the most part. That's why they do it. They're never going to take a shot at Microsoft. They're never going to take a shot at Sony. That's a threat to their bottom line. But boy, oh boy, they don't have any problem taking a chunk out of other content creators and subtweeting about them. Why? Well, because that might put attention on them and take attention off of these other people who are probably pulling more viewers and more relevancy than them. So their insecurity and inferiority complex is activated and on full display. That's why. There's your social commentary on why content creators virtue grab. It's because their brand is weak and so is their talent. Thank you for the 5 gifted members. Mike, Quad, 35. Moving us along. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let's get that 50 spot. So I got to get 5 more. Stick-like Weapon, Lethal Injection, Hank the Tank, Inferno, and Jan W. You all got memberships. Someone asked a loaded question. I just can only take so much of the false virtue and self-righteous content creator tropes. I can only take so much of it. And I've just been sitting here brooding over this for a while. Like, every time Hogwarts comes up, you know, every time Hogwarts comes up, I gotta see it in my feed. Shut the frick up is my response. That's my response. Your virtue wouldn't fit into a thimble. Big Evil 52 coming back for a month. Blue badge. What did I miss? Welcome in. IGN's been taking shots at Sony with the whole ABK deal. You like the Boba Fett sweater? Thank you. Yeah, that one was yesterday. Today's Slytherin. I mean, taking shots at Sony because the whole ABK deal, accusing them of like hypocrisy or whatever, that's pretty, in the realm of that buyout, that's pretty weak. That's not really dangerous, right? You know, and fawning over Microsoft's good for business. Like, IGN probably gave, you know, Deathloop a 10 because it was a Microsoft property at the time, and everybody fawned over that game like it was, seriously, you know, it's equal to the impact and the size and scope and the grandiose nature of Elden Ring. Really? Deathloop? Okay, sure. Your Microsoft slip is showing. We're going to need monthly subscriptions to play single-player games. Yeah, to bring things back on course, what set us off on that is, I think Hogwarts Legacy is going to be under that microscope. People are going to be watching it. The commercial success, the reviews, how are people reacting to it, how many people bought it, how many people played it. And if they have day one DLC sliced off pieces for money, I think that's something people are going to take note of. Talica was 7 months and she's a VIP. Merry Christmas, Lono and fam. Can't wait to see the shenanigans tonight. Thank you, Talica. That's a reminder to members. Tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern, come celebrate Christmas with my wife and I. There's some hilarious Christmas games out there that we're going to be playing. IGN gave High on Life a 10. Game is fun and everything, but not close to a 10. Is it technically downloaded content, or is it in the original download and just unlocked behind a paywall? I mean, more than likely, it's in the game, and you go, like, unlock the door. I mean, it's there. It's not going to be something you go download. It's a license that the door opens to. That would be my assumption. I wait for everything instead of pre-buying unless I do extensive research and the dev show said content working, says Cool Spoon in the members-only Discord. There's no character limit in there, by the way, and you can listen to the stream. Another member perk. Brink was a game where the devs promised a lot that didn't deliver, and after that I felt burned. Now I'm really careful, and I only have a few devs I trust enough to pre-order. FromSoft, Respawn, Infinity Ward, and a couple indie devs. I feel like Infinity Ward's kind of earning the consumer doubt and cynicism at this point. Day one DLC isn't a new thing. It doesn't happen very often, though. Robert, can you think of a game that had day one DLC? I don't mean they announced DLC day one. I mean day one, you could pay extra money to get into another place or go do more content. If they get away with it this time, every expansion is going to come with a day one DLC. Why not? It's more money. Yeah, it's a market test. They're testing the market for sure. The fact that this snuck past me. No, listen, we got a lot of sharp people here. I got like lawyers and doctors that hang out here. This one snuck right past us. This is an old video, and we didn't catch it. Just out of curiosity, Lono, how much of your audience is out of the U.S.? I'm honestly not good with reading time zones. So when you say 8 p.m. Eastern, I have no clue when that will be. My audience is mostly U.S. Mostly. If you're outside the U.S., 8 p.m. Eastern is in 9 hours. Like 9 hours and 15 minutes. So wherever you are in the world, in 9 hours and 15 minutes, it's 9.5 hours. I'll be booting up with my, for a Friday night stream with my wife. Posted the RE4 article in the gaming news section of the Discord. All right. Resident Evil 4 Remake Deluxe Edition treasure map is causing controversy. Frustration has grown regarding Capcom's decision to monetize certain Resident Evil 4 Remake treasure maps as part of the Resident Evil 4 Deluxe Edition. Modern Deluxe Edition often include a variety of digital DLCs to make it more appealing. Having a remake of Resident Evil 4 find new ways to monetize content that wasn't monetized before, however, doesn't sit well with some fans. The Deluxe Edition bundles the remake of Resident Evil 4 for a player's chosen platform with a bonus DLC pack. The pack includes 4 skins, 2 weapons, an accessory, and an original version soundtrack swap. What fans have taken issue with is a treasure map expansion item that unlocks new treasure in Resident Evil 4 that can't be obtained otherwise. Reddit said, now we're placing in-game collectibles behind a paywall. Man, oh man. That's tough. That's tough. I don't like that. Huge red flag. If I have pre-ordered, I'd cancel immediately. They're really dropping the ball with locking game content behind a paywall for an already $70 game. Imagine EA and Ubisoft seeing this succeed. Treasure is like gems and stuff you sell for cash at the vendor. Right, but would that affect you being able to platinum the game, Eugene? Having the treasure maps to find everything? Would that affect platinum? Would that affect achievements? It's not nearly as game impacting. Well, certainly it's not nearly as game impacting as this, but it's unsettling to me. It's unsettling. You want to put a skin, you want to put a mount, you want to put a hat in the deluxe edition. If you want to do it in your cosmetic store, that's fine. But day one being like, yeah, our game's $70. Oh, and also another $10 will get you into this room, that room, this activity. I'm like, whoa, wait. Since when is this cool to do? $10 is not a big difference. No. I'm not saying that the Dark Arts Battle Arena or $10 is an earth-shattering problem. I'm saying, wait a minute. Think of it this way. Let's say that you're a bouncer at a club and you let people in 5 at a time. And one time you're like, all right, I'm gonna let you guys in. I'm gonna let 7 people in at a time. Well, aren't people in line going to say, now wait a minute, can we come in with 7? You're basically widening the gap. You're saying, oh yeah, we can do more here. So in this case, it's like, hey, we got paid content day one, $10. 1 million people paying $10 is a lot of money. It's that kind of money that makes devs do underhanded things. Yeah, you got a lot of people buying this game day one commercially. I mean, oh my gosh. Yeah. Yeah, 1 million people spend that extra $10 million. Putting game progress behind a paywall in a full price game, granted $60, is super shady. They better not put that in the final product. I'll just watch a YouTuber. What's going on, Wheeze? Where? What are you trying to draw attention to? I don't see anything happening in any of the rooms. And we're going to be reposting because he's posting it over and over. I ain't got a problem with it. Oh, in YouTube. I wasn't seeing it. Someone approved it. Oh. Yeah, I didn't see that. Where is that person? Yeah. Creature got it. Hogwarts Legacy isn't doing day one DLC. You guys are brain dead. Okay. Well, kindly don't use that word here ever again. And secondly, yeah, Creature just decided to bounce you. I guess I agree. I don't really have a problem with it. Am I about to get shadow banned again? No. I totally agree with what you're saying, Lono, but if it's a game I'm really going to be invested in, I'll pay the extra 10. See, isn't that the real danger? Isn't that kind of the danger? Is I kind of feel the same way. I'm going to do it. Because I want to... I want all the stuff. That's the problem. Is like, we really want these games. We really want to play them. Our fandom, at some level, is kind of being used against us. Like, listen, I'm be dead honest with you. If Hogwarts Legacy came out and said, our base game's $80, people are like, why? Because you suck. That's why. People are like, well, that's awfully rude. And they'd get their wallet out. I really like this guy's tone. And then they hand them $80. You know what I'm saying? It's F you. That's why. There's no need. There's no need for obscenities. Here's my 80. Oh, by the way, we have a $100 version that comes with more content and more stuff. And it comes with the wind-up toy. What's the wind-up toy do? It slaps you in the face. All right, here's another 20. Yeah, so you slap you in the face. People would spend. Yeah, shut up and take my money. That's the issue. Is like, you know, you start slicing up games and charging for this and charging for that day one. It's acceptable because it's so popular. What are you going to do? Are you going to stop the popularity of Hogwarts Legacy? You guys know one of my favorite scenes in The Dark Knight is when the Joker goes, "Look at you go." I always hear that in my head when people are like encouraging those, you know, people should boycott Hogwarts Legacy. It's like the Joker can't help but laugh at Batman. He's like, you have nothing you can threaten with me. You have no power. Like, I just hear that when I see people be like, yeah, boycott Hogwarts Legacy. Okay. Sure. The commercial giant that is Harry Potter. Yeah. You're really gonna hurt their bottom line with your tweets. It's like that scene in Ted where he goes for the job interview and he insults the guy and he gives him the job. I'm not mad at anyone who doesn't want. Yeah, but I mean, I'm not interested in discussing that, Lewis. Like, who cares about that? I'm sad about the Microsoft acquisition of Bethesda. We just ordered a PS5 and Hogwarts Legacy $400 collector set, but word on the web is Bethesda won't release Starfield or possibly no titles on the PS5. But were you in a coma until just now? That's not new news. Oh. Whew, that was a long nap. How long was I asleep? 9 months. Oh, golly. Whew. Wait, Starfield's not coming to PS5? Since when? That's not new. That's not new news. What is it? What happened? Are you okay? Are you in the wrong stream? Is that a comment from like a year-old stream that glitched through the Matrix and got through? What's happening? Oh, man. I hope he thinks what I just did is funny. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm like, what the F? Starfield has been known not be coming to PlayStation for a super long time. I'm trying to convince my wife the Xbox is a good purchase. Oh, she doesn't like Xbox. Okay. Well, hey, guys, play along. Can you guys believe just how great the Xbox is right now? The value? It's unbelievable. The value of the Xbox is so strong that when you buy an Xbox Series X, you're actually going to save money because there's no games to buy. So it's a really, really economic purchase right now. You buy it, and you just kind of set it in the corner and leave it in the box. You're actively saving money as a gamer. The value of the Xbox Series X is undeniable right now, given that after buying it, you don't have to spend any more money on games. I just came up with that on the fly. I was like, you know, it is really economical. You don't have to, there's no games to buy. All the Xbox fans like, this mother... He's right. He's right, though. He's right. Dude's out of line, but he's got a point. Oh, man. I'm going to stab you, and then I'm going to stab you, G, and then I'm going to stab you again. Zubair, you're going to get ghost banned again. You can't threaten physical violence. You can't do that. I'm going to remove the comment. I'm trying to protect you from yourself. You can't say things like that. No one knows that you're like a harmless, salt and pepper bearded, dumpy lawyer who would have a hard time chasing down a fly in the afternoon if he hasn't had his nap. They don't know that you're a harmless teddy bear. We do. But YouTube doesn't. Man, I swung hard that time. I swung hard. I love you, Zuby. I swung pretty hard. I swung pretty hard on that one. This is epic. Keep it real. Wu-Tang, when keeping it real goes wrong. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's funny. Whew. I can't get that. I can't laugh that much. You're not wrong. That fly, that's fast as F. Oh, man. I can't laugh like that. I'm getting hot in my Slytherin Christmas sweater. It's too warm in here. What happened with Hogwarts? All right, let me give you a too long didn't read. If you're just tuning in, thanks for being here. I'll give you a summary here. So this flew under my radar. I didn't catch this until I saw an article from Game Rant arguing that Hogwarts Legacy was setting a dangerous precedent. And I obviously thought it was going to just be more, don't buy the game. And that's not what it was. So this here is the details of the Deluxe edition for Hogwarts Legacy. And what it clearly shows is that you get a bunch of extra stuff. And, you know, to the non-sleuth-like eyeball, it looks fairly normal. You got a mount, you got a cosmetic set, another mount, a hat, early access. This all sounds pretty normal for pre-ordering, as well as digital deluxe. Now, the 72 hours of early access, that's for anybody that pre-orders. That's not just the digital deluxe. That's a Diablo thing. Diablo 4 is doing the 72 hours of early access for the higher valued, the higher versions or whatever. But then if you look carefully, right here, there's a Dark Arts Battle Arena. And the precedent that's being set is day one, they have sequestered off like DLC that you can buy, right? That's not a short. It means creatures asleep at the wheel. Oh, I already earmarked that section of the broadcast, Corey. I already pushed the button. So the issue is, the dangerous precedent this is setting is they have day one DLC you can buy. Like the base level game doesn't have the Dark Arts Battle Arena. No, there's no PvP in this game. ... yet. I think they'll probably add it later. I think there'll be dueling and maybe even like races or Quidditch or whatever. I was gifted a sub. I wish to say thank you. Hey, Amanda, thanks so much for being here and getting a gifted member. Glad for somebody who I see in chat pretty regularly to get one. Thanks so much for being here. If you guys are enjoying this content, I do these kind of talk shows Monday through Friday. My second show of today will be the best games of 2022. I'll give you my top 5, but then I got a lot of honorable mentions. We will take a lunch break and maybe even check out one of the honorable mentions because I've never had a chance to check it out. Salty Butter, welcome back as a member, getting that blue badge. This number over here represents all of the members of today, all the new members of today. Every 25, and I have to gift 5. So if we get 15 more, I got to do it again. We are getting very, very close to having 2,000 members again, and a great incentive is when we hit 2,000, I'll do another watch party with you guys. We will move to Star Wars Episode 2. We got a lot of movies there that could be really fun because I hate them and my wife likes them, so it's pretty funny. And then there's a members-only stream tonight for Christmas, so make sure you're here for that. That's in 9 hours, wherever you are in the world. 8 p.m. Eastern. Another way to look at it is that delivering full content can be a selling point for games now. We actually have games that release these days, and the devs say it has no microtransactions or DLC. Isn't defending Diablo the same as defending this game? Who defended Diablo? I didn't defend Diablo. When Diablo did the 72 hours of early access for the higher versions of the game, I didn't defend that. I argued that it wasn't pay to win, but I also argued that it was stupid. Just let everybody in early. I didn't defend the early access. The 72 hours of early access is only for the deluxe edition. No, that's false. Anybody who pre-orders Hogwarts Legacy gets 72 hours of early access. It's not just the deluxe edition. Hogwarts Legacy early access. Base game pre-order 72 hours of early access to the game. You get that no matter what. You get the 72 hours of early access as long as you pre-order. Like, I don't think you have to get the deluxe edition to get the 72 hours. Because that was the big quibble, was when you pre-order the game, you don't get that now when you're further out. Wait. Their website does say that, deluxe edition. We reported on this recently, and that's not what was stated. No, yeah, you're right. I'm wrong. I thought it was all editions. Because when we covered this recently, when they delayed old gen, that was the big point that people were ticked about. The new release dates don't get it. 5 gifted memberships from Terminal Stupidity. Thank you so much. 40. There we go. Alan, FTW, who's here all the time. Gloom, Daniel Silva's here a lot. Prathik, and Ayush Gupta. You guys all got gifted members. Welcome in. We are 10 away from me doing it again. Yeah, I was wrong. When we covered this recently, I remember people being angry, like the new release dates. So the new release dates for old gen and Nintendo, they don't get the 72 hours of early access. I thought it was for anybody that pre-ordered. It's for anybody who pre-ordered deluxe and up. So, yeah, it is deluxe and up. So this is just like Diablo. Yeah, this is just like Diablo. It's only on the PS5? No? Isn't that screenshot from Steam? Yeah, I think so. No, I'm gonna do it quietly. Mike Quad. My screenshots from the website. Yeah, you don't need PlayStation to get the 72 hours of early access. Maybe that's where I got confused. Every platform can get 72 hours of early access, but you have to do digital deluxe. There's 10, taking us to an even 50. There it is. I got to do another 5. Sasha Perez, 831 Loco. 831's been here a lot. So has Dr. Doom, J-Fell, Ku, Vang, and YT Shadow, and Chulu. You guys all got gifted members. Leet Spartan got one as well. So did Trunks and NC. Leet Spartan and Trunks. Those are some old school names. Some OG names from a while ago. Will there be a gameplay showcase 3? I don't know. I would imagine they're going to continue to do showcases up until the launch. All right, here comes my 5. I'm a man of my word. Every 25, I got to give 5. So the next time we get, when that says 75, I'll do it again. You guys can keep going. Yesterday, we hit like 233 or something crazy. Getting super close to 2,000 members. All right, there goes mine. The PlayStation timed exclusive content is small story element, 2 side missions. It's not early access. Yeah, PlayStation doesn't get early access. Well, everybody gets early access if they do the digital deluxe. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, Corey was right. I was wrong. I swore when we covered that recently it was anybody who pre-ordered. Because I was pretty hard. I was like, they should give everybody 72 hours even though they're getting a new release date. You should still get 72 hours of early access on your new release date. Hey, Broader 288's here all the time. Zukatsuki, Shadow, Dwayne Foy Jr., and Lieutenant Hammerfish. You guys all got gifted members. If you are one of the 50 people that got a membership today, you're invited to our members-only Discord. You're also invited into our members-only content. Friday night, tonight, ringing in Christmas. My wife and I are going to be playing some hilarious Christmas games. I'd love to see a bunch of you there. That is 9 hours from now. Fun fact, the release date still hasn't been updated on my PS4 Collector's Edition yet, Talica says. They took care of you, didn't they, Talica? Didn't they let you, like, how did they take care of you? You reached out via email, and they're doing right by you. Yeah, so let me explain what happened with Talica. So Talica ordered the Hogwarts Collector's Edition, the Hogwarts Legacy Collector's Edition, and she ordered the PS4 version because they ran out of PS5. And she did it thinking, oh, it'll show up, and then I'll just upgrade for $10 or whatever. I want all the goodies. She's a huge Harry Potter fan. Well, now her Hogwarts Legacy Collector's Edition for the PS4 is going to show up like 2 months later. So she emailed them, and they're going to email her a PS5 Deluxe Edition code when it comes out, early February. So she's going to be able to get in day one on the PS5 because that's what she wanted to do anyway. So that's pretty cool. They get some credit there, doing right by the customer. I thought that was pretty nice. Like, she literally just sent an email, and they squared her away. They did. I think that's awesome. I was literally, I'm not kidding you, I had already spoken to my wife about it. I said, I'm going to try and get a code. Or, no, a gift card. I was going to try and get, like, a PlayStation gift card to send to her and be like, here, Merry Christmas, pre-order the PS5 edition. That way you can just install it and you don't got to worry about this crap. But then they took care of her, so, you know, save me money. I was going to do that. I felt so bad. I was like, that's so bogus. Because I know she's a huge fan. We now have 1,878 members. We are 22 away from 1,900. Y'all are the best. Y'all are the best. If we hit that 75, it'll be at 1,900. We'll be right on the doorstep of 2,000. Lower quality development and testing games will happen. Just look at Halo. What do you mean, SDO? What are you referring to? Join the convo. What's the precedence? So Hogwarts Legacy has day one DLC. The Dark Arts Battle Arena is either have to get it in the deluxe edition or buy it separately. Day one. It's available day one, but you have to pay to get into it. Now, keep in mind, this is a company that said their game would have no microtransactions. This kind of feels like a microtransaction. But there's not like a microtransaction store. This is right at the beginning. And I think it's a dangerous precedent because when a game comes out day one, I should get the whole game. Paywalling activities in areas of the game, I don't think is something that games should be doing. Hogwarts Legacy is the biggest cross-platform game next year. Oh, is it? Yes. Yes. Yeah, I don't think there's a bigger cross-platform game. Hey, Talica. Oh my gosh. I forgot about Diablo. That's hard though, Paul. I don't know. Hogwarts, I feel like that's gonna be close. 5 gifted members from Talica. You're the best. Talica's so generous. Taking us to 55. Simon to Peter, AU Samurai, Infamous M16, Crowned One, and Jint. I recognize most of those names. We're getting pretty high in member count, and I'm still recognizing the names. A $2 tip from East Coast Overlord says, do I hear 75? Diablo is selling 30 million units by the year's out. Hogwarts is bigger than Diablo. Paul, I don't know where I land on this. Diablo is insanely large, but I feel like Hogwarts is just... It's going to be big everywhere. You got to remember that it's going to land on the Nintendo Switch. I just don't know. Is Diablo 4 landing on the Nintendo Switch? Really big market of people. This is a tough one to predict. Don't think so. Would people feel better about the Dark Arts Arena if it was part of a season pass and offered a month or two later? Oh, I'm sure they would. Yep. And I know what you're going to say. What difference does it make? It's an optics thing. It's the principle. It's day one. You pushed your game out the door day one with doors locked, and I got to swipe my credit card. That principle is not a good one to just let glide by. You want to make content for 3 or 4 months down the road, fine. It's extra. It's additive. I've now completed the base meal. I've now completed the base game. My man Barrier coming in with 5, pushing us to 60. Merry Christmas, y'all. Y'all are doing it. Y'all are going crazy. Merry Frickmas, Barrier. Oh, Kyle. Kyle's coming in with a 20 bomb right on top of Barrier. Y'all tag teamed me. No. Behave yourself, Barrier. Not like that. Thank you, Kyle, for dropping a 20 bomb. That's going to scream us past 75 and take us all the way to 80. I'm going to go ahead and shut the alerts off. That's too many. It'll get annoying. 20 is so many. Big pause on that one, homie. That's a big one. That's a big one. I'm going to call out the names. You guys need to know that you just got a membership. Joab the Killer, King, Smith, Sean Whitworth is here all the time. We just had 5 more come in. I see it at the top. Ruben 003, Noob Pills, R Squared, Tyler Pitty, Gavriel, Harry, you got a membership. Come hang out tonight, Harry. We're playing Christmas games in 9 hours, my wife and I. It's going to be hilarious. We have drinks. She's making some eggnog. It's going to be great. Big Mac, Kevin Rogers, the one who knocks, Kevin Kent, Heal to Death, Sir Wallaby, GG Riz 457, Overlord, Theophilus, Maximilian, Jacob Graham, Just Jojo, Mr. Chip 76, Wanderer. You guys all got gifted, and then 5 more coming in from Zinthos. It's Vader Gaming, Chronic Mayhem, Jay Westlow. Hey, Jay Westlow, how are you doing? Immortal Ace, and Carson Algier. That takes us to 85. Oh my gosh, that's 85, that's 95. Dan's Atastic putting us on the doorstep of 100. Holy frick. Eric Chabra, Stefano Briccolini. I'll just go with Stefano. Josh Schaefer, MHS, Sombra, Solomon, D. Darko, and Zool, Phase Mighty, Takino, and then 5 more from East Coast Overlord. He's like, hey, we did it. Oh, it switched scenes on me. He's like, we did it. That's 100. That means I owe you guys 10. You guys blasted past 75 all the way to 100. Electro Reflex, Tyreek, Fortage, Clearest, Thunder J 102. There it is. I got to do 10. Wheezy, this was your idea, by the way. Set the goal at 25. Every 25 I gift 5. This was Wheezy's idea. If it doesn't work out, I'm going to blame him. Like, if I end up, crunching the math on the back end, I'm like, I'm losing on this deal. I'm not losing on this deal. I'm kidding. I'm not losing. Here's my 5. Thank you guys so much for making it another great stream, another great day, screaming us towards that 2,000. East Coast Overlord with a $5 tip. Bit late. What's up with the dangerous precedent? Got to put that alert back on, my guy. All right, here you go. It's back on, Troll. Brian David, Mr. Bob Harris, Ultra Eagle, Josh McGill, and Rosario Christian. Oh, I was supposed to do 10. Hang on. I owed you 10, and I only did 5. That's my... Hang on. I have to give 10, gives 5, and 10. Sorry. That's my reflex. I always go to the same thing. I'm getting called out here. My bad. I'm not trying to get away. With cheating you guys here. There you go. There's 5 more. So basically, it's day 1 DLC, East Coast. There is an arena that you can only get into if you buy the deluxe edition or you buy the arena separately. On day 1 of the game's launch, there's basically a door that's locked and you got to pay to get in. And I think that that's a terrible precedent to set for gaming. Red Sun Gaming, Nerd Guy, GS, James Garcia, and Sarav. There we go. That's a lot of members for the day. Where's that? I got to see where that puts us. That might put us really close to 2,000. Is it platform exclusive? No, there already is PlayStation exclusives, my man. There's a year exclusivity on, there's a shop, there's a quest, and there's a luck potion, sorry. We are at 1938. We are 62 members away from 2,000. 62 away. The door is... It's not a bad door. It's an amazing door. Well, I mean, it is just a practice arena. Let's be honest about that. Here's a list of games with day 1 DLC. All right. Kung Fu Panda in 2015. Fire Emblem Fates in 2015. Digimon... How long is this list? Digimon Story, also 2015. The Order 1886, 2015. Are we sure Evolve had day 1 DLC? I thought Evolve had day 1 cosmetics that irritated people because they were charging full price for a game that people felt like wasn't a full game. Tales of Zestiria, Pac-Man Museum, Sonic Lost World, Slashers Power Battle, Gears of War 3, and Mass Effect 2. It's super, super not common. It's super not common. If you guys are here and you are one of the 100 people that got gifted a membership today, you're invited into our members-only Discord and our members-only content. I hope to see you there. In 9 hours, I'll be streaming with my wife, so wherever you are in the world, mark that down. Our Discord, you can use the ! Discord command, or the Discord link is in the description below. You can use that to get into our Discord. If you're looking to play games like Hogwarts, connect with other fans of the game, if you're looking for people to play Diablo 4 with, this is an amazing community. I am a Safe for Work broadcaster. We do talk shows like this Monday through Friday, so make sure you hit subscribe. Make sure you hit the bell button. That way you do not miss our content. That way you're here. We appreciate so much you guys supporting the show and watching. Subscribing is free. So is smashing the like button. Thank you guys so much for doing all of those button pushes. Thanks for getting us to within 60 members of 2,000. That is incredible. I'm excited to do another watch party with you guys. That Star Wars watch party was really fun. You did a good job on this video. That's short. Gonna be tough maybe, but the video's good. I figured just run the short just to see. Yeah, I felt good about the video. That thumbnail's killer, creature. That thumbnail's killer. The quest exclusivity makes me more concerned than day 1 DLC. As long as it doesn't hurt PvP, I don't think it makes funnels. Oh, there's no PvP in this game. So Gladlona's been kicking butt these past 2.5 years. Thank you, Ronald. It certainly didn't feel that way for a while, but it's starting to feel that way, man. Daylight is breaking, bro. The alert's still going off. It's still going. It's you guys broke it. You guys 100% broke it. It's an online game with no multiplayer. I think they're going to add stuff later. I think there'll be dueling. I even think you'll be able to play this game co-op at some point. I do. Is the member alert a YouTube feature or something you created for your streams? I'm using a service. Yeah, I'm using a service that links up with my YouTube account, so when you guys do this, it hits. Yeah, if you tip money through Super Chat, if you gift members, all that stuff. Yeah. I don't think it's a problem, man. I think people will hate the PS5 exclusivity more than the day one DLC. And you know what? I dislike them both, but for completely different reasons. Like, I dislike them both, but for completely different reasons. Top of the morning, guys. What's good, team? Like, I don't like PS5 exclusivity, but I don't feel like PS5 exclusivity sets a bad precedent. It's been going on for a while. I feel like day one DLC sets a bad precedent. What you looking for? The Christmas miracle. For what do you mean? Oh, poor mailman. Mm-hmm. Oh, cute. That's so cute. My wife and kiddos always take care of the mailman. Like on hot days, they'll chase him down and give him a drink, or we always learn his name and take care of him. And I guess they got him a little something for Christmas, and he got my kids a little something for Christmas. So slowly driving up and down the road. It's bad out there. We got 3 inches probably. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I have to turn the alerts off. Donkey sausage, what in the actual... Can somebody come say thank you? You come say thank you to somebody named Donkey Sausage.
Hey.
Now, tell him what you said about how he eats sausages, bud. Lean in and say something funny about sausages. Donkey Sausage gifting 50 members of the community. I want my son to say thank you or make a joke or something.
Thank you.
There it is. There it is. Thanks, Buster Boy.
That's probably all you're getting.
That's all you're getting, Donkey Sausage, but that'll do it. That's 50.
They played outside.
I have to do 10 now. I have to gift 10. Please stop this nonsense. Hogwarts Legacy is rehashing old age RPG tropes and pretending it's setting a precedent and being groundbreaking because it's based on a kid's book. What? That's like nonsensical word soup. You didn't put together a coherent thought. How are they rehashing age-old RPG tropes and pretending it's setting a precedent? Who's talking about that? My thumbnail doesn't say that. The clickbaiting title?
Oh, you should copy and paste that and put that in your thumbnail.
I think you're going off on nothing. The Dark Arts Room. Yeah, just ban that guy. Clickbait title? Yeah. Click your butt out of my chat. Let's check on the count. I think that'll do it because I have to gift 10. I have to gift 10, so that's 50. My 10 will make it 60. Boy. Here we go. The guy said ban you. I don't care. Yeah, I'll ban you while I hit a membership milestone. Frick out of my face. You're nothing. I just now saw it. I didn't even have allow gifts enabled. Well, now you might get one. Here comes my 10 that I owe you because you guys went crazy and he did a 50 bomb. That's 2 25s. I have to do 5 every 25. So here comes mine. There you go, New Sun Gambit. Took care of you. And the Senin Gamer as well. Senin Gamer's here a lot. All right, there's my 10. All right, let's check the count. Let's check the count here. 1998. Sorry, guys. All right. Thanks for watching. You didn't hit the milestone. All right. We'll see you guys next year. I'm kidding. 1998. He says, nah, we'll leave it at 25. Make him wear it. Yeah. Donkey's going to do it. There it is. There it is. 155, 156. East Coast did 1. There it is. Username not available. WTF got one. Siggy, Hadrian, Skatinator, Yugi, and a $5 tip from TJ Rage. Enjoy your cold jabroni. God bless and happy holiday. Thank you so much. So you guys just unlocked the next watch party. 2,000 members. We're going to do Star Wars Episode 2, watch party with my wife. We'll do it sometime in January. We actually do watch parties on Saturday night, so it's easier for people to tune in. Friday night seems to be a tougher time, so we will pick a Saturday in January, and we will let you know. That's a really good reason to do two things. Maintain your own membership, okay? Your membership might fall off. Maybe you got gifted a membership like a week ago. Well, we might pick the watch party date and then you don't have a membership anymore, okay? I can't pick the membership around like when you got gifted. It'll be the best and most convenient time for us in January. So you might have to pick your own membership up. Get in the Discord. You don't want to miss out on those announcements. Thank you for the $2 tip. Look at you go. Look at you go. Thank you, East Coast Overlord, for the $2 tip. All right? So a real great way to ensure that you have your own membership and you're taking care of it is just upgrade to Member Plus. It's $1. For $1 right now, all 156 of these people, you can upgrade to Member Plus for $1. And then now you're taking care of your own membership. You're at the higher tier. I do extra uploads sometimes for Member Plus. And then you don't have to worry about missing out on anything. All right? You can do that at any point during the month. So hang out today for the members only break when we break for lunch. Hang out tonight with me and my wife. And if you think that content and the Discord and all that's worth it, then consider upgrading and picking up your own membership. And then from that point on, you're a member and won't miss out on anything. So thank you. The next big goal is I do a Just Dance stream for 3,000. If you hit 3,000 members, I have to do a Just Dance stream. I've done one. And if you go watch it, you might be disincentivized from becoming a member. Just joined the Discord channel. Thank you again for my gift. Thank you for being here, Raina. Appreciate you. I have both the PS5 and the Xbox Series X. I'll be getting the game on the PS5 for the controller features. That's mainly why I did it. Can we get a 2,500 goal? Yeah, what should we do for 25? We did Just Dance for 3,000. What did we do for 2,500? Creature says 5,000 for a live New Year's Eve countdown. Please F his New Year's Eve up, please. That's insane. That's 3,000 members away. I can't remember what we did for 2,500. We did something, did we not? I swear we did. I swear we did something for 2,500. I can't remember what it was. Steak with ketchup? I don't want to do that again. That was so gross. That sounded like a yes to me. Dude, I will do a New Year's Eve countdown. I will get fall on the floor drunk for 5,000. 2,500 was Just Dance? Okay, well, I upped the ante because I don't want to do that again. So I've upped the ante. Just Dance is now 3,000. A karaoke stream for 2,500? Karaoke streams get copyright. Well, I guess so does the Just Dance stuff. You guys want a karaoke stream for 2,500? Christmas karaoke? That's what we used to do. I used to sing Christmas carols for the Merry Frickmas special. Okay, I'll do that. 2,500. I'll do 4 or 5 Christmas songs karaoke. He says, yeah, hang on. No. Oh, you think that's too low for karaoke? I'm not a terrible singer. They had their chance at Frickmas features. Oh, karaoke. Yeah, it'll be one time. If you can sing, no. If you can be off key, yes. Oh, yeah, I'm actually not a terrible singer. Like, you're not going to be, like, plugging your ears. I'll never get a record deal, but, like, I've played in a band, and I can keep a decent melody. I thought 2,500 got us Lonely fans. You know what we should do? We should do a Loney OnlyFans, where, like, it's like confessions of a Sony pony. That's all my OnlyFans is. Guys, I'm at Target. Look what I'm doing. And I'm like violating a PlayStation controller. Yeah, I'm not gonna do a 5 days of Frickmas. No. This would be like a karaoke night for $2,500. That's fine. I'm good with that. $2,500 for one karaoke night. It doesn't have to be Christmas songs, I guess. I don't know how you do karaoke. $2,500 is 25 shots in 25 minutes. Titus, there are easier ways to kill me. Like, that's pretty elaborate. If you're trying to kill me, there are easier ways. Even Christmas. After like the 7th one, I'd be like, why did I do this? Can we get a little something extra with the Xbox controller? You wouldn't get your money. The stream would be 4 minutes long. Yeah. 4 shots in. Playing 3 chords in your teen gospel group with a tape playing over the background doesn't count as being in a band? No, I was actually in a band. And the guy that helped, we would practice local. The one guy I knew, our one guitarist was pretty connected. And there was a guy that helped My Morning Jacket with their album, and he was going to help us record. We were actually pretty good. We had a really, really good... I wasn't that good. I was okay. But our lead singer and my brother could write really good songs, and we had an amazing guitarist. He did guitar lessons. He worked at this place, and he was excellent on guitar. And he knew the guy that got My Morning Jacket started, basically. He helped him with their recording. He was going to he's going to work with us. No, not Derek. No, Derek was never musically inclined. He was the sound guy. He would run the soundboard. So. Yeah, we were pretty good. What'd you play? Drums. We were in a battle of the bands once, and we came in second. We lost to a School of Rock, which that's really unfair. A School of Rock is really hard to beat. Really adorable kids that are excellent at their their instruments. You know, we didn't stand a chance. The other team cheated. They were really good at music. Yeah, School of Rock's always a challenge because it's like a super team. It's like a super team, you know, and they're adorable. Yo, what's good, Willie? Fighting the dumb snow? I need skill-based matchmaking. Yeah, for Battle of the Bands, we really did. Mm-hmm. So it was you in the Jack Black movie. Oh, yeah, no. I doubt Lona would be that on key for the YouTube bots to catch his singing of the actual songs. Don't do karaoke, the copyright strikes will ruin it. Well, when we did Just Dance, it got hit with copyright claims. There's got to be DMC-free, karaoke. There's got to be. I don't know. They nail you for the melody, though, probably at this point. We might have to rethink the karaoke thing, because that could result in an actual strike, not just a claim. Claims are a nuisance because you have to go and mute the broadcast, but strikes are freaking scary because that can literally damage your income. You know what I'm saying? That can hurt all your channels. What VTubers do for karaoke is they go unarchived. Unarchive? Karaoke chill hop. You just delete the VOD ASAP? If it's members only, you could always do it in Discord. That's not a very good perk. We might have to re-examine that. I don't like taking risks like that. Even with Just Dance, it was really annoying. It was yay, this is so fun. And then I got 8 emails and I was like, yeah, I guess not. And then I had to spend a week slowly muting each song. It was really annoying. I don't think the old Christmas songs are copywritten anyway. Well, I mean, if we did Christmas, like we you know what I'm saying? We haven't even hit it, so we'd have to do. We'll make it a December only thing. We'll make it a December only thing, and then I guess I could just do some Christmas songs a cappella. Brainstorm the 2,500 member goal with members. I feel like it's simpler if we just don't do karaoke and think of something else. I feel like it's just simpler. Your Just Dance video is all muted. A lot of it is muted, yeah. Yeah. I don't leave copyright claims on the channel. I go and mute everything. I'm like, if you missed the live show, sorry. Like, I don't want copyright claims on the channel. Right now, we have none. I got rid of all of them from all of our broadcasts of like the Game Awards, Summer Game Fest. There's not a single copyright claim on this channel. And there's a difference between a claim and a strike. A strike is serious. A claim is just, you can't monetize the video. Yeah, let's just chalk this up to say, hey, you know, we've got 7 days before the month is out, roughly. We got 5 days next week to figure out, like, what could we do as a 2,500 goal. We know what the 3,000 goal is. Because if I'm going to do a Just Dance stream and have to mute the VOD and all that, I'm going to set the goal pretty high. No, you're good, Ruben. You're good. It's not up to you to think of those things. You suggested a good idea, and sadly, the music industry and YouTube are just... They just feel woefully behind the times, you know. They just feel woefully behind the times. Cooking with Lono and Madam too difficult? Stream setup and whatnot? Yeah, I could do a mobile stream, but centering it around gaming makes more sense, right? Centering it around gaming makes more sense. Like, is there a game you guys want me to play on a Friday night? And, you know, while create a drinking game for some game or something. You know, it would be a really short stream. Every time he dies, he takes a shot. And we would set a max number. Oh, yeah. 4. Okay. End of the stream. I died 4 times. You really want to watch this man burn his house down live? Getting over it. Elden Ring Arena with members. What about this Hogwarts game, huh? Oh, we're at the tail end, Trill. How long is Cult of the Lamb? I don't know. I was considering playing it today with members just to check it out because it's going to be a part of my second stream. So my second stream today is going to be the best games of 2022. The best games of 2022. I'm going to give you my top 5, but then I have a bunch of honorable mentions, obviously. And we can debate about my order because I put my games in a particular order by my top 5. And I was considering checking out Cult of the Lamb during my lunch break with members just because it's one of the best games this year that I haven't touched, you know? No, you're right, Mike. You're not a wet blanket. It was good for you to say something like, you sure you want to do that? Because it might not be worth the trouble. You know? A mukbang stream? No. We got to be careful because, like, the Elden Ring fight night, like, how many people would really even want to take part in that? You know what I mean? It needs to be something that has value beyond, like, when we did the Just Dance stream. You can go back and watch it, and it's hilarious. When my wife and I played through The Quarry, like, that playlist is great. Like, all 3 parts. Very, very funny. Vampire Survivors drinking game. Dude, Vampire Survivors messes with my eyes. I turned off the flashing effects. I want to try it again for a longer period of time, but I turned off the flashing visual effects when I was on the phone with Creature and played for a little bit. I still felt like it messed with my eyes. Does Cult work on YouTube like Purple? No, I don't think so. Maybe Lono cooking and Madam sitting there drinking some wine, berating him the entire time, telling him what he's doing wrong. That actually could be fun, but again, that's just so difficult. Setting up a mobile stream with the phone, I don't know what the quality would be like. Being able to hear, would you be able to hear her? I don't know. You guys are counting your chickens before they're hatched. We haven't even hit 2,500 yet, so we just hit 2,000. That's the watch party. We'll do that next month on a Saturday. Star Wars Episode 2. If you missed Star Wars Episode 1, it's available as a VOD, and you can queue it up with your own movie, and you press play when I tell you to. It's really easy to watch along because we never pause the movie once. I think we'll do the same way every time. Like, if one of us has to get up and leave, we'll just let it keep going so that when you rewatch it, it's very convenient for you. So if you need to pause, you just pause both at the same time. 3,000, you have to play a Kraken drinking game. Oh, no. Have you seen the bingo card? Ways to play a game you like. Have you seen the bingo card ways to play a game you like? No, I've not seen that. Fighting games have a trend of day one DLC. And you can't get day one unless you buy. Really? You can stream Harry Potter Lego. Same trend. Well, what? Oh, small trend. What exactly do they do, Robert? Like, is it a character? Is it like what's the day one DLC in those fighting games? Like, what is it? Excuse me. Characters? I mean, I could see that being quite the nuisance. Like, especially if they're really good. That could almost feel like pay to win. If there's an OP character. Now, generally, if the game is balanced, it shouldn't be pay to win, but, you know. Which fighting game? Yeah, which fighting game has done that, Robert? Demon's Souls had a day one DLC as well. It did? What was it? The Division 2 is technically Christmas themed. Well, for the Christmas stream tonight, all you new members and longtime members, roughly 8 hours from now, my wife and I'll be playing a bunch of Christmas games. We've got some really, really funny games that we found in Steam. It's probably going to be hilarious. Christmas Peril is like a snowball fighting game. Christmas Cat's Revenge, Santa's Rampage, and Krampus is Home. It's probably going to be very, very funny. Oh, and we got Watch Over Christmas. We'll end the night with that. That's like Christmas puzzles. So once I'm good and like, we'll switch to that. Oh, wait, they did an update. They did another Christmas. Did they do another Christmas one? For Escape Room Simulator. It's the most wonderful update of the year. Final update of the year, sneak peek of 2023, Pine Studio Christmas stream, and more. They did a Pine Studio Christmas stream. It adds new holiday props to the room editor. This means room builders will now be able to make Christmas rooms even more festive than before. Additionally, the update fixes several known bugs. We hope the latest update enhances the escape room simulator even further. Oh, I wonder if we could go in and find a bunch of escape rooms that have been made by the community that have Christmas theme. That might be fun too tonight. Just do one or two, because that escape room simulator, man, that's really fun. Because the chat gets involved. Play co-op. Host game. Thanks, Mama. Oh yeah, here we go. Community rooms. Best of November. No, community rooms. Like, I wonder if people have titled them Christmas. Yeah, there's Merry Christmas, there's Save Christmas. I don't know how to get into them, though. Oh, do you have to download them? Escape the clock. Yeah, it doesn't seem to put the rooms yeah, it browses it in Steam. I'll have to show you guys in the members stream. Oh my gosh, it's really bright. Give me 1 second. by the way, could we get 300 likes on this video? We're at 293. We're right there. If you haven't smashed like yet, help us out. If you haven't hit subscribe yet, subscribing is free. If you're a new member, you really want to make sure you get into the members-only Discord so you don't miss out on any of the fun stuff that we're talking about doing. Okay. Let me schedule the next stream. Go to the store here and go Cult. Wait, can't I play this? Isn't Cult on like Game Pass or something? Like, if I'm just going to try it out and never get to play it to completion. Like, I want to support it, but I don't like buying games on Steam if I don't have to. I'd rather get them on my console. I mean, I don't mind paying for it. I guess I could check PlayStation and just buy it there. Awesome Ugly Sweater, thank you. I'm setting up the member stream so we can take our break. Hang on, that's not right. Schedule stream. Have we ever done a members only Friday? Stream. I guess we haven't. I'll just use a Thursday reuse. Friday. Cult of the Lamb. Imagine an award show that goes over the biggest flops, PR nightmares, and funny stories over the last year. Biggest flop, Babylon's Fall, most employees who left, 343. Oh, Jedi Fallen Order, Axiom Verge 2, and Fallout 76 will be January's PlayStation Plus games. Cool. Like that. Let me post that. Close that. Close that. Go in here. Go to announcements in the Discord. Set up redirect. All right, I'm going to put a link in chat. You can click that if you'd rather head over to the members only stream without needing to ride redirect. Redirect doesn't always work. So you can do that. And then if you're not a member, we will be back shortly in about an hour to an hour and a half for our second show of the day, which will be the best games of 2022. Also, before now and tonight, in about 8 hours, we'll be going live playing Christmas games with my wife and having drinks for members only. So if you want to become a member between now and then, you can. If you're a new member, write that down, set an alarm, something. We'd love to see you tonight as well. I'm going to start the members only stream and bring everybody over. Thanks so much for clicking on this video. If you are a new member this week, we hit a great, huge milestone of 2,000 members. That means we will do the next Star Wars watch party next month in January. We'll probably do that on a Saturday. Make sure your membership's up to date, especially if you are a gifted member. A really easy way to guarantee that your membership doesn't fall off before we do the watch party is you can upgrade to Member Plus for $1, and then you'll be carrying that membership every month, and you'll get extra uploads and things like that for being above that base level membership. But all member streams are open to all members, even if you're gifted. So make sure if you're watching this on Friday the 23rd, 8 p.m. Eastern will be when I go live with some Christmas games and some drinks with my wife. Gonna be a fun time. I'm gonna end the previous stream about Hogwarts and bring everybody over. That was a fun